everybody. Welcome to the Ballistic Missionaries.
Hi, everyone.
Wrasslin Supplemental.
Yes. Yay.
Yay.
Anyway,
we're ready.
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's do our. I don't think anybody got this year, this time.
No, nobody.
It's weird, guys. Step up your game.
Yes.
All right. Trivia question from last week. Try to get it. There we go.
All right. Who was the first inductee into the WWE WWF Hall of Fame? The answer is Andre the Giant. I feel like that was a bit of a softball. Nobody got that.
Yeah, that was Vince's guy for a long time.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, okay. Nobody guessed it, as far as we can tell.
If it's not, thank you, random person we didn't bother to look up. So.
Gift one sub to take first. What the fuck? I don't know what that means. Anyway.
Anyway.
We got like emoji things now.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Okay, I just broke the chat. I don't. Yeah. I don't know why. Oh, no.
Okay.
Resident Sleeper. Channel points, chat settings. I don't know where we're supposed to find them. I don't really care either, because this is about wrestling and not giving people random people, random things, and random places.
We don't have anything. Nothing. We have nothing to give except our love.
Except that!
Except it.
All right, let's start off with headlines. Starting the second half of the year, SmackDown is reportedly going back to 2 hours.
We can only hope Raw will follow the same, but then, how will CM Punk and Roman Reigns be able to fit in a half-hour monologue?
Each.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
The answer is put CM Punk on SmackDown. Probably. They're going to have him go up against Cody Rhodes at some point. But, yeah, I guess 2 hours is... this is what they do the last few years. They increase it up to 3 hours. But those 3 hours translate to long promos by the quote-unquote top 2 or 3 guys that seem to go nowhere and seem to build nothing leading to WrestleMania. Like, this year was a perfect example of that. It just basically felt like Punk and Reigns and Rhodes and Orton talking for between 6 hours, talking for a good hour to 2 hours between them.
Yeah,
and
there were multiple episodes of Raw and SmackDown that ended with just the final. It was just talking, like half an hour of just talking.
Not 5 to 10 minutes, which I think would be acceptable.
Yeah.
If you have good talkers and do that, I'd cut it down to 5 minutes. This is just half an hour. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. Which is, I know that is like trash talking in wrestling, but like, I don't want to hear half an hour of it. I came to watch wrestling. I came to watch fights. I came to watch stage drama in an athletic setting. Not this. Like, we do enough talking on this program without watching somebody else get paid inordinately too much for it.
It's true.
But that's just us. Not everybody has a podcast about wrestling.
Yeah. I think everybody does.
Everybody does? I apologize, all other podcasters.
All right. Chris Jericho has an acting role in Dexter Resurrection.
Okay.
Good for him.
I stopped watching Dexter after the series finale. I know there's a prequel and a sequel out now, and I haven't checked them out because, frankly, it ended on such a bad note with a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't want to come back.
I watched like half of the first season, and I just kind of was like, okay, this is the thing.
Okay.
All right. Matt Hardy was sort of trash talking WrestleMania. He referred to it as being very prostituted. On the April Helwani show, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He is quoted as saying, I totally agree with him, by the way. Yeah, I agree with Matt Hardy in this 100%. It is definitely so evolved and so different from what the initial concept of WrestleMania was as a mega event. It felt very prostituted because of all the ads and everything else. I also feel when you go to these PLEs like WrestleMania, if you have these big matches between big stars, these matches need to be good. They need to have time. They need to have a good payoff at that point because that's what you're building to. The TV is the vehicle that you build these matches and you tell stories. But once you get to these PLEs in WrestleMania, that's where you have to deliver the goods, no doubt about it.
Yeah, again, couldn't agree more. Perfectly stated.
And the time thing also, it's like so many matches at WrestleMania we mentioned last week were just really short.
Not even it's been calculated by several sources at this point, but not even the majority of the time that they were airing was dedicated towards actual wrestling matches. It was either towards ads or promos or some sort of other related spectacle, but the wrestling itself
was
terrible.
Terrible music video.
Music video.
Okay, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we saved a great piece of news. Everyone's favorite former heroin addict, roadkill connoisseur, head of the health in this country, RFK Jr., is his niece is now apparently signed to WWE, and it was not because she's talented. Zoe Hines is her name. Her wife, Cheryl Hines, is niece. Cheryl Hines, who very helpfully, when there was a live shooting event happening at the Correspondents' Dinner, got left behind by all of the Secret Service agents.
Yeah.
They really give a shit about you.
I guess the point where you're like, maybe I should rethink my marriage with my husband.
Yeah. Anyway, he says, I now welcome my friend and my colleague, Linda McMahon. Linda's become a very, very close friend. And my niece, Zoe Hines, recently signed a contract with WWE, which Linda has a lot to do with to become a wrestler. Now, not to give Dave Meltzer a lot of credit, but, need broken clocks sometimes. But he reported it as being a forced hiring because of her political ties and the political ties of not only the McMahon family, but Paul Levesque, who is on Trump's physical fitness council. A guy who had a heart attack at like 45. Yep, that tracks.
I'm going to be fair because maybe it was some sort of congenital heart defect, but it's possible.
That's true. Okay, I take it back. You're right.
Yeah, like
we both have some heart problems, so
yeah,
not because just shit that we were born with.
And the same reason I refuse to make fun of RFK's voice because there are so many other great things to make fun of that man, and ridicule and contradict that the voice is just why bother?
It's cruel to make fun of people for their disabilities, and they can't help. You can't help that.
You can
help a lot of other things though,
like
the swimming in the poop water, leaving bear carcasses in the middle of Central Park.
There's so much other stuff.
Putting a whale on his car and driving it around.
There's so much more psychopathy and other seem to be self-imposed maladies that could be easily be the subject of satire and ridicule, but that's not one. But same thing with Paul Levesque. I'm not going to pick on that, but I will pick on a lot of other things and criticize a lot of things about that man's life that is, in my mind, fair game.
Like working for the Trump administration.
Yeah, basically.
But anyway, so it sounds like not only did Zoe Hines not knock anyone's socks off, but she got put in there against the will of some of the people at WWE, according to Dave Meltzer and a few other reports.
And it's just in my mind, this is eventually going to translate to her being some sort of backstage interviewer. And she'll probably be a terrible one. Because if she ever gets into any kind of wrestling situation, smell that from a mile away. And they will attack. If Triple H is smart, he'll either one, drag that developmental contract out until it reaches its end and release her, or two, if he has to put her on screen, give her a backstage interview thing on main event or LFG or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
she's pure main event material.
until that contract writes itself out, and again, she's got plenty of opportunity. She's got an actress aunt, and an uncle that's in politics. The doors are wide open for her.
Yeah, she doesn't need this.
No, not to some guy
She's
or
gonna
gal.
be so like the fans are gonna be so mad that she's gonna make Josh Briggs look like the fucking Rock.
People are so pissed off with the celebrity and nepotism thing that's going on
Yeah.
right now. This is like I don't want to call it one step too far, but it's basically something that if it's allowed to go in the direction that we hope it doesn't go in, it will honestly result in a very angry, negative crowd.
It's already starting to turn that way.
Yeah, because of other things. I mean, like
she's just gonna make it worse.
Yeah. Right for more gasoline on the fire.
Exactly. All right, and that leads us to the fact that like 20 people got let go the week after WrestleMania. There's more in the main roster than there were at NXT. But do you want to go over that?
Yeah. Well, before that, I kind of first to start off with I guess. It's pretty typical that right after WrestleMania, some people get let go. That's nothing surprising. It's happened many years, going into decades. Sometimes it's been very quiet, and sometimes it's been nothing. But this roster, this crop of people that got let go, does not feel like nothing, and it also feels very contradictory in light that TKO and WWE are posting things about record profits and banger revenue, and that's something to be coupled with the idea that like they are charging so much more for tickets, charging so much more for merch, charging so much more for every little nickel and dime thing. But then like, oh, we have so much money. You got to go, guys.
Yeah,
who is this money going to? It's obviously not
shareholders of TKO specifically.
It's not talent.
No. All right, so there were a few people in NXT in the developmental area. Some I have never heard of: Serena Linton, Tyson DuPont, Tyreek Igwe, Chris Island, Malik Blade. I heard of, but I didn't really know.
Yeah.
From London. And then, let's see, Andre Chase from Chase U is gone. Dante Chen, which sucks because I actually really liked Dante Chen. I thought he was good.
He was all right, but they did nothing with
him, yeah. Tyra May Steele, weirdly enough, who was supposed to be debuting on this past week's episode of NXT based on a commercial about her on, from 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be her debut this week.
And it feels kind of weird on the NXT side with the announcement of Evil being
we're not done on NXT. Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Luca Crocifino, who used to be with the family, and he has announced that he is actually retiring from wrestling now.
That is no surprise.
He went to law school. He's got options. And then Carly Bright, which is weird because she's in a General commercial with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I think it's still airing. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, at the same time, you having these NXT guys brought out, having people brought in from Japan, like either New Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah that just premiered on NXT, and like, all right, if you're getting rid of all these guys, all these people went out and 2 people came in, and I'm guessing
Josh Briggs is still there.
Yeah, and like I'm guessing their contracts are not cheap, especially on a former IWGP heavyweight champion. Like It is very well known, and this could be like NXT. I kind of feel like is their little triad, like getting acclimated to working for the brand before being pulled. It's kind of the same like Blake Monroe and Joe Hendry and several others were before being brought up to the main roster. I mean, if you want to go on the main roster, that's some of those are
Pretty big.
some of them are not surprising, and some are like
Apollo Crews is officially gone.
Yeah.
Alba Fire. Zoe Stark is gone. She was injured and rehabbing when they fired her. Santos Escobar, Aleister Black, and Zelina Vega. Again. They were back for a year. You did barely anything with them, and then you got rid of them again. It's ridiculous. The Motor City Machine Guns, whose names I can't remember off the top of my head. Dexter Loomis.
Sabin and
Sabin Shelley. Yes, thank you. Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Nikki Cross, and Bo Dallas. The entirety of the Wyatt Six. And the most shocking of all of them, freaking Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is gone.
Kyrie's like I guess it's still down the line. I'm not sure what Kyrie's saying, just in the idea like you had this story going on. It was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Fancy behind all like what's gonna happen with Asuka and Kyrie. Like I feel like that was on the level of like when Virgil was breaking away from DiBiase in the late '80s.
It was like they were so close to a resolution. It was doing so good.
Yeah, and basically now by Kyrie gone.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that is Kyrie at this point wanting to be let go because nothing was going. She was obviously
nothing was really happening
beyond her being a tag champion with Asuka. I don't know how much. Honestly, I don't know how much longer Asuka's going to be after her contract runs out. She's in her 40s. She's done everything that she can do there, and I don't think she's going to be pushed anymore. If she's going to be there, she's going to be somebody like AJ Styles during the end of his run, a guy that puts newer talent over. Mm-hmm. And I think she can do that, but I think maybe I would think she would just want to go home to Japan.
I mean, it's got to be hard, you know? You got on the other side of the world from your home.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I think the next biggest surprise is the entire Wyatt Six.
The entire Wyatt Six, yes. Who were actively, up until, like, last Friday. And this last Friday? Yeah. In a storyline. Two Fridays ago.
That was like the biggest example of just blowing their load so early. Like they took so much build up for them coming in, and once they were like, "All right, they're here now," what? Nothing. Like we beat up this low jobber guy. That's neat. Like, what are you gonna do? How is this gonna be? In my mind, what they brought in, I thought this was gonna be the next iteration of in the late '90s with the Ministry of Darkness, or earlier versions of the Wyatt family. But I mean, the Wyatt family, when they were brought in, was basically like building up on a couple of occasions and just.
They kind of didn't really do anything with them.
Didn't do anything with Bray Wyatt in the original Wyatt family. They didn't do anything with this. It's like, I think this should have had. I think you should have brought Mick Foley. Whoever was handling Foley's run in WWE at that point, like, to come in and run that angle. Or whoever bringing the minute, I guess it would have been the one guy that's pretty much looks like a non-grata in there, which would be what's his name, Vince Russo. He probably handled that angle. But honestly, like,
excuse me.
Like pulling in like 98, 99 when you were like having Hell in a Cell or his run against the Rock when he was champion, like have that kind of weird character, but like at this point, Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy should have had a run with the belt or a run with the IC belt.
Been an actual competitor instead of just
utilizing Nikki Cross as a like you have.
Oh my God! Yes,
you had 4 championships to choose from to put that belt on her. You had Gacy and Loomis as tag champions,
who were actually really good and deserved a better run. I really like both of those
guys. At some point, even if it was just a month, you should have had a sweep of them holding all the gold.
That would have been cool, yeah.
And build these guys.
It's a lot of talent there, and they just wasted it.
Yeah, where all these guys were done. Like, like Gacy's schism thing was alright. Like it was fairly interesting. Loomis was super interesting in NXT. For a guy who never talked. First is like a deadly scary monster type, and then like his stuff with the Way. Later on with Gargano and being the angle
Lindy
that
Hartwell.
and Andy Hartwell when they were together, which is hilarious. Being that Hartwell's gay now. So she's a pro.
Is she?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good for you, girl.
Good for you. But and then I guess after that, the Motor City Machine Guns was a terrible waste.
They were wasted for a long time.
Black and Vega.
It was doomed from the start.
Yeah.
They brought them back. They made them do the gimmick of another husband and wife team that they let go and didn't do anything with, and then they didn't do anything with them. It's like yet another waste of really great talent.
Well, apparently from what I've heard over AEW, he was at some point was again, I don't know how much of this is real, how much of it is rumor reporting that Black was not willing to do jobs for certain people that like and he left it not on the greatest terms with AEW. Some people on there were not a big fan of his.
Interesting.
He was liked by CM Punk. That led to him getting rehired. And I guess him and his wife putting together an angle seemed like the natural thing to do. But once you together again, they set up the dominoes and then nobody planked it over. Like I think the best they got was that he had
the one with Damian Priest, right?
Yeah, with Damian Priest. But again, Priest is another guy that like you have him there. He can do the job. But you don't do anything with him. Like he seems like the natural fusion of like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall together in one person.
He kind of is, yeah.
And Eugene, he's got natural charisma.
He does.
But you have him in this angle with
R-Truth.
I don't hate R-Truth. I think they're fine.
No, they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun tag team. I want to hate them, but I can't because they're both amazing.
I want to hate it on principle because I feel like it's a waste of both their talents. But
yeah,
I thought, but I'm the guy who thought like I thought Truth should have won the title from Cena for like a couple of days.
I agree.
And like then Cena got his 18th title out of it, just to say like, all right, I'm an 18th-time world champion. But I think Truth should have gotten he should have won it on Saturday night's main event and lost it on Monday Night Raw.
That would be funny, yeah. But it's like the dude is over. When they tried to let him go, everybody got mad and they hired him back. Like it would be. I mean, granted, they have title belts now, but like, give him a singles title for a little while. People would love it because they love him. They want him to succeed. You know.
Like I said, that whole thing just again in the light of like how bad WrestleMania was, but how much money is coming in, but how much they're raising the price on tickets and merch, and it all just feels like that's the word. Like poor stewardship of their product right now on WWE's part.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, I messed up our chat again. I tried to do something and got messed up. So sorry, guys. If you say anything in the chat, I won't be able to read it. All right. Anyway, you want to start with SmackDown?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's start with SmackDown. The Usos and the Bloodline, or the Usos and the MFTs are fighting over Jacob Fatu.
And he really wants something to do with either one of them.
He just wants Roman's title. Let's see. Julia and Tiffy reminded everyone why it was stupid to not have either one of them on WrestleMania.
It was probably one of the better women's matches I saw on SmackDown in a while.
It was good.
It was better than, I'd say, a good half at least. It was worthy enough to have been on the WrestleMania roster, and it shows I never feel like they're willing to fully pull the trigger on Tiffany Stratton, and they definitely have really never, except for half-ass, pulled the trigger on Julia.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about, certain women holding certain titles, but they just back away from good bookings with them. Anyway, Tiffy won the title back, so that's pretty cool.
Well, she had the U.S. She wasn't the world. She has a title.
She has Julie's title now.
Yeah, she is women's U.S. champion.
The new women's tag team champs came out to celebrate. They got interrupted by Flair and Bliss. I came up with a tag team name from them last week, and I didn't write it down. What the hell was it? I don't remember. I came up with one for Liv and Bailey too. What was it?
Liv and Bailey?
The Flying Hugs or something? Or Lyra and Bailey. Like the Flying Hugs or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, they organized a title match. Charles Robinson came out. They're back to doing the commercials in the middle of matches thing. And good news! Fatal Influence is officially the entire team on SmackDown.
I was just thinking it was going to be with the other two being like this.
Still being retained by NXT, but they brought all of them up.
They threw Lady Reed on the deep end of the pool.
They did.
I kind of feel a little bad for her because, like, I mean, JC's gonna be pulling a lot of triple duty on that on keeping that team running.
Yeah, because Lady Reed is still a bit green. She's good, but she's still a little bit green. Yeah. And then Fallon Henley is terrible. So yeah, she's basically
terrible. She's mediocre.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, JC Jane really is going to be pretty much doing all the heavy lifting in that, trying to keep them from getting buried. But I'm excited. JC Jane is finally at the main roster. Finally, I've been saying this for 3 years. They finally.
Let's see if WWE commits to her being a champion of some kind.
Let's hope so.
I'd rather at least see Fatal Influence take the tag title at this point.
Yeah, because they're a real tag team.
Yeah.
I don't like. Once Nikki Bella's foot is better, is she going to take the title? Is it going to remain Paige and Brie? When one of the member of the one member of the tag team is a member of a different tag team, right?
Yeah,
it's confusing.
I can at least see her as a women's U.S. champion, if not going for the main belt. But I don't know if she's going to off Rhea per se. I don't know if that's a believable thing, but I believe she can take it off Tiffany Stratton. I believe she can take a women's U.S. belt off Tiffany Stratton. Between them and Fatal Influence holding a substantial amount of women's gold, I think that'd be cool for me. I'd be all right with it for right now.
So they came out. They took everyone out. They got booed like hell by the audience.
But it was a good boo.
Do you think it was a good boo? It was a little heavy. I was a little worried.
I think it was a good boo, if nothing else, the way JC Jane handled it.
That's true. That's a good point.
JC Jane handled it like a champ.
She's a pro, man.
She handled it the same way Dominic Mysterio handled the boos in the early days. Like, come on, except I think it was more attitude than Dominic. I think that the way that she performed, basically, like, go ahead, boo me, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like fine caviar to me. And like,
he's good. I mean, heat is good.
She's taking the heat that some of it is going away from some people.
You think so?
But in translating, go ahead, boo me, tell me to go away. I'm not going anywhere. Like that's what a good heel does. That's what a good heel is. Like, you don't like me, fine. Don't like me, fuck you. Go to hell. Like I said, that to me, like a lot of them, like legit good heat.
She did. She's good at that. She's good at that.
Like, I think honestly, I would like to see her win the women's Money in the Bank.
That would be awesome. Yes.
I think anybody can handle running around with that. A good heel that can run around with it. I would be. She'd be one of my top contenders up there. Maybe if Chelsea Green gets recovered in time.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. All right, Cody comes out for promo. The eyes starting to look better. Men's tag title match: Damian Priest and R-Truth versus J.C. Mateo and Tama Tonga. Priest and Truth retain. I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure they retained. Danhausen broke into the Miz's house, caused chaos, and ran off with the trophy and his daughter's bike. Rode off on the daughter's bike with the trophy, I should say. Trick Williams came out with Little Yachty and the gingerbread guy.
I believe it's Little Yachty.
Yeah, that's how I spelled it. I don't think that's right. Lil Yachty is Trick's new manager, so we're stuck with him on SmackDown, apparently, for the near future. Gingerbread Man was, of course, the guy dressed as the Gingerbread Man was, of course, Sami Zayn. And Wade Barrett yells, "You naughty gingerbread man!"
Naughty gingerbread man!
Hey, at least he's not talking about his loins. It's fine with me. All right.
Alien being expressed on television is a win.
Or championship juice from WrestleMania. That's going down as well. Danhausen versus The Miz. Danhausen, of course, cursed Miz and won. He is so over. Like, Danhausen is so over. He came out in this coffin mobile, and audience members were trying to stick a bunch of dollar bills in it like he was a drag queen.
Yeah.
And
he was trying to get the human mummies.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, oh my God, he's so over. Your prediction from, what was it, Royal
Rumble, when they're booing, it was like, yeah, you do it now. In 6 months, he's going to be your favorite wrestler.
Yep. It's been 2.5 months. Yeah. And his merch is already selling out, like.
Yeah, apparently selling better than Punk's, Roman's, or Cody's.
Yep. Rhea promo, JC promo battle. They're getting booed again. I have, damn, they are getting booed like Logan Paul is out here trying to talk. Nick Aldis comes out to sick Rhea on JC Jane, and then Rhea and JC Jane go at it. But there's a DQ because Fatal Influence interfered, which is good. They're building up, you know. And backstage, Rhea might be thinking about teaming up with Flair and Bliss to stop them. I'm hoping that this translates into the first WWE Trios Championships. Maybe?
I don't know.
I'd like to see it. I think the Trios is a really neat idea.
The Trios thing hasn't happened in the women's division on AEW yet. Or, honestly, in my head, I don't think any association has picked up a women's trios title. I think they're going to do it. They're going to do it with the men first, probably.
Boo.
I get it.
Perfect setup.
I get what you're saying. And that,
yeah.
But I also I think we're title burnout for both them and AEW.
Yeah, that's true. I think I forgot to finish taking notes on this because all I have is Sikoa versus Fatu. And then that's it. That's the end of my notes. I don't know what happened. What's Sikoa versus Fatu? Did I fall asleep?
Sikoa won.
Oh, okay. So I didn't fall asleep?
I don't think so.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened after that. All right. Let's go. I keep putting staples in and I keep tearing the pages out of the staples. Like, I don't want to do it. All right. With Raw on Monday night, the show opens with Roman and the Usos having a meeting in a fake conference room to talk about Jacob Fatu. Oh, good. They're coming out later for another promo. Then Seth Rollins comes out to the ring for another promo, calls out Braun Breaker. They have a promo battle. There was a Steiner Math reference,
yes,
which is nice, but it wasn't a good one. And they're setting up a match for Backlash, which is going to be next weekend.
Yeah.
Oh no, I needed to do the Backlash predictions today. I forgot about it. We'll talk. We're not going to be on next week because Dan's going to be in Virginia. But then the week after that, we'll come back and talk Backlash.
Yes.
Then. All right. Men's IC title, Penta versus Rusev. Ethan Page came out before the bell to sit by the commentary desk and watch. I kind of wish that he would have been on commentary. That would have been funny. It took 29 minutes for this match to start, including the commercial break that was at the beginning of it.
So 29 minutes from the start of the program to the first bit of wrestling.
Yes.
Meanwhile, AEW, it's usually within, what do you say, 2 to 5 minutes before
Usually, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes immediately. Sometimes they have a short promo, but it's usually pretty short. Yeah, this was like half an hour. All right, Penta retains, but Rusev went after him. Then Paige came up and went after him too. Then Javon Evans came out to help Penta, slightly overbooked. Then we have another long commercial for the Hogan documentary and a promo package for the Americanos. Then there was a Becky Lynch promo. So there wasn't a lot of wrestling on this show.
I'm counting 5 matches over a 3-hour period.
Well, let's see.
2.5, 3-hour period.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
5 matches.
3 hours.
For a 3-hour period.
All right. Becky Lynch comes out. She wants to do an open title challenge to find the best of the best. Quote, new, exciting, shiny. Io Sky comes out to take her up on it. She acts like a complete bitch to Io Sky. And tries to back out of it. She tried, Becky Lynch tried to get her to bring out Rhea for her to fight. Says she wants to fight Shawn Michaels, not Marty Jannetty. Them's fighting words. And Io bitch slapped her.
I think on one end, Becky is trying to be the heel. That is some heelish behavior.
That was.
And brother
calling her Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
Damn!
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marty Jannetty, but you know it's true.
Yeah.
So
Marty Jannetty's kind of an asshole now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I take it back, Marty Jannetty. Be less of a dick.
Yeah. But I mean, so Shawn Michaels back in that day.
Yes, he was terrible. All right. So then Adam Pearce calls for a ref. They made an official. Becky Lynch versus Io. Becky retained. It was a pretty good match. It was a really good match. Asuka came out to help Becky win. She took out Io after the bell. And the crowd started then chanting for Kyrie. And boy, they could not pan to the backstage segment fast enough at that point.
Yeah. Kyrie was the one that surprised you the most because you felt like there's a story that was
always so close to being.
It was another one of those WWE retcons.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
Who cares about it now? I like, and most of the opposite of the Cena deal, where he went, I guess I'm not a heel anymore.
I'm good again.
I feel like one wasting my time. The other one felt like you're wasting my time for the opposite reason. You got me engaged, you got me involved.
Yeah.
I want to see this happen. Well, guess what? It ain't going to happen. And then you wasted my time, but you left me with an equal and opposite feel.
It's true. Yeah. Okay, so there was a weird kerfuffle where all of the masks made Rey Mysterio mad. I don't know. Then LA Knight interrupted a match with the Usos and basically said that they were now Roman's bitches once again. Then it was Joe Hendry in concert. He is officially signed to Raw. Michael Cole tried to sing along, and it was terrible. He is tone deaf. We need to bring Booker back.
Who is also tone deaf, but he's tone deaf anyway.
It's Booker T. No, that's not a tone. That's not singing. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's great, and we need more of it.
I'm an operatic virtuoso.
He is. I would watch an opera with Booker T. I love Booker T. All right. So Joe Henry was singing about firing Logan Paul. I have in a note. It's the best. This is the best song ever.
Yeah.
Logan Paul shows up screaming, looking like he was on all the coke. He stole all of Thea Hale's coke. And yelling. No, he came out like, whoa! He just looks like he's on so much cocaine. Oh my God, his heart is going to explode.
You just proving him right.
Yeah, it's true.
You're going to stay back there and just let you. I was like, now you're like, Like,
yeah, he did. Yeah. But the Street Profits are back. They showed up to help out Joe Hendry, and they are looking for the belts. And I have to give a shout out to Angelo Dawkins, who actually looks in pretty good shape. He's lost a good bit of weight. He's getting buff, Angelo. All right. Then we have Rey Mysterio versus, I call it, to keep them separate, I have El Grande Germanico, who is the secondary El Grande Americano. Ludwig Kaiser. And who I keep calling Kaiser Soze. And sometimes
Ludwig Kaiser Soze.
Who's the guy? Kaiser Wilhelm,
Yeah.
sometimes. I can't keep this anyway. And then we have the OG Grande,
Yes,
who Gable. Is Chad Gable.
I think it's Chad Gable.
Yeah. There's Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Germanico with OG Grande out hanging out and the Rio and Bravo out there.
Yeah.
He failed in the metal plate in his mask bit because Chad Gable took it off of him. After the match, they fought for a while, and there's a big match versus mask match coming up at AAA. So they, with the two of them, so they were building that up a little bit. That might actually be pretty good. Somehow Grayson Waller accidentally got stuck taking on Femi because he was talking about him behind his back backstage. Femi obviously won. It was a little more than a squash match. Poor Grayson Waller, who might also be on the chopping block. We don't know. We've heard a lot of rumors. And then Oba decides that he is having his own open challenge despite not having a title. And I like that. He doesn't need a title. It's just, you think you can beat me?
I feel like every challenge basically eliminates everybody else and then puts him in line for something. Whether that's the IC or the World Championship, I don't know. Open would be interesting. On men's Money in the Bank would be an interesting guy to have with that going around because I feel like it's the opposite of JCJ with a I guess a conniving heel, like waiting for a moment. Open just like that's more like a atom bomb ready to go off.
Yeah, you know you want to try and beat me for the street cred, so see what you can do. Like that's pretty cool.
I'll come in and catch it. You don't know when, you don't know where. But.
Yeah. All right, so there's a Judgment Day match, but beforehand, Liv took the time to apologize for Roxanne for everything that happened with Finn. Finn was the one who encouraged bringing her in, and then she was off while she was off and got kicked out. Yeah, she should. It was pretty clear Liv really wants Roxy in the Judgment Day. She doesn't seem, after Liv left, she didn't seem to be quite as positive about it. Finn managed to sneak into the clubhouse to warn her not to trust Liv or anyone else, leaving her with a big question mark. So this could be an interesting storyline. But, I have it down here. The flying role models. Bailey and Lyra. What did we call it at the beginning? The hug birds?
The hug and bird connection?
I don't know. I have it down as the flying role models. Mm-hmm. Bailey and Lyra versus Raquel and Roxy, who won. Pretty good match. And then Roman has a promo, and I have down here, stops paying attention. Fatu is coming out. Back to not paying attention. I don't know what the fuck happened. I wasn't paying attention.
And like, I'm the best. No, I'm the best.
Yeah, something like that.
I summed it all up for you.
Yeah, right. So, NXT. Miles Bourne defeated Saquon Sugars by pinfall to retain the North American Championship. Dark State is all mad at each other. At least Dion Lennox and Saquon Sugars are mad at each other.
They're mad at each other the most boring way possible.
Yeah, they are. All right. EK Prosper, with the help of Sean Legacy, defeated Birthright.
Prosper's going to be out on his ass.
He wasn't bad.
He's not bad. His name is terrible.
Yeah. So we have a new person, Lizzie Rain. Lizzie Rain is all about heavy metal. Her uncle is Clive Burr, who was the original drummer for Iron Maiden on their first 3 albums. Okay. Speaking as a person who has played the bass and sang backup in 3 metal bands, 2.5 metal bands, and has been a heavy metal fan since I was about 12. I gotta say, she seems like, what do you want to call it? A bit of a poser. But we'll see.
Milking the gimmick for all it's worth.
Yeah.
Well, basically, WWE saw that, oh, I see you're related to this guy. Let's make you all the metal in the 80s and be like,
Yeah.
just take all the really most surface level elements and make that your entire personality, which is not something wrestling is accustomed to.
Oh, yeah. They love that shit.
Often it paints talent into a corner.
It does, yeah. And it's also very inauthentic to the groups that they're supposedly representing.
I mean, NXT fans seem to be with her for right now, but let's see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. She could get better. This was her, this was literally her first match against Nikita Lyons.
Fine.
Lyons put her over.
Sadly.
Sadly, yeah. I'm always happy to see. I really like Nikita Lyons. I'm always happy to see her when she's back on NXT, but it's usually to put somebody over. All right, then the Speed title. Kalani Jordan defeated Ren Sinclair, took the title from her. That kind of sucks.
Kalani Jordan is boring. Yeah, she's fine in the ring, but like her personality is so milquetoast.
People aren't bullying her as much anymore. I guess they're not as annoyed with her being a heel.
But it doesn't translate to like.
But of course, they were really bored though. After she won, I just out of curiosity, I looked back at the audience and they were all just kind of like looking on their phone, like, whatever. It was not great. Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, and then Ricky Saints' last match, because he's coming up to the main roster. You knew that was going to happen. Versus Shiloh Hill. Put Shiloh Hill over. That was a pretty enjoyable match. At one point, Shiloh Hill slid himself under the ring, and Ricky Saints went to pull him out and pulled out a dummy of him instead. Like, I like this guy. He's like, he's got a bit of Mick Foley in him in the right ways, and I'm kind of digging it. So, yeah. I think some other things happened, but I didn't really write them.
Potential there in Shiloh Hill.
Yeah, I think so. This was a little weird, but I'm kind of getting into him now.
I think him and what's her name?
Tatum Paxley
are pretty good together.
Yeah, they have a cool little partnership going there.
Yeah. Like almost like
they
gave me Wednesday and Pugsley vibes.
Something was going on with Mr. Iguana that I didn't write down.
Oh yeah, basically she's now the back
Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana.
The mixed tag champions.
Lola Vice went up against Izzy Dame for the title, and Nico Vance was in the ring. I mean, I don't think it was an actual official match. It was like a promo that went off the rails, and they started fighting. Nico Vance was in there, and Mr. Iguana showed up from underneath the ring, and it was pretty fun. I liked Mr. Iguana. Anyway, so that was NXT. So let's get to AEW Land. Collision Saturday was Playoff Palooza. I don't know what that meant. They did not explain it.
They're coming on and running at the same time as hockey season. It's going into the playoffs. So they're basically TNT TBS has something to play some games at the NHL.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's a cross promotional deal similar to the Stranger Things thing on Raw several months ago. But even less, they have the name, but nothing else into hockey. But I mean. Fine, whatever it was.
It was whatever. Okay. All right. FTR intros. Wait a minute. I have it written down there. Sorry. FTR intros the show. They accept Cope's challenge from last week about a title match. It's going to be. Oh, excuse me. It's not good to do in there. It's going to be a New York Street Fight I Quit match. And it did not take a half an hour. So you know. All right, then the trios titles. The Conglomeration versus Andrade Hechicero and Lance Archer. The Conglomeration won that. The Death Riders apparently kidnapped Will Ospreay, tied him to a chair, and interviewed him, which is something. They let him go. Mox gave him a chair, or laid the chair on the ground in front of him. Ospreay picked it up, and then they kicked out the cameraman. So we know what happened, but the Death Riders are trying to get Moxley. The Death Riders are trying to get Ospreay on their side.
Some form of conversion therapy going on there.
Yeah, and the darkened hallways of wherever the hell they are. All right, and then after the commercial, the Death Riders came out for a match. Yuta Wheeler, Daniel Garcia, and Claudia Castagnoli versus the Dogs.
No, and the Dogs.
Oh, sorry, and the Dogs versus the Rascals and the Young Bucks.
And the Death Riders and the Dogs on top.
Yep. Backstage, Hikaru Shida still arguing with Mia Shirakawa, and also insulting Harley Cameron, that bitch. Not Harley Cameron, Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Shida. Made Harley Cameron cry.
That's not cool. All right, Statlander comes out versus Becca with the 3. That is a squash match. Rush versus Adam Priest, who I don't know who that is. Not technically really a squash match. Adam Priest held his own, but it was close to one. You know what was going to happen. Yeah. And then it was Tekla and Sky Blue versus Persephone and Alex Windsor. And it was the Triangle Madness one. Julia Hart walked into the ring and spit mist into Persephone's face to distract her, and they rolled her up. So, for the national title defense, Jack Perry versus El Clone.
That was a really great match, by the way.
That was a good match, yeah. Yeah, that was super good. Jack Perry retained the title. I can't talk today. What the hell is wrong with me? All right, and then finally, the demand went up against Chris Jericho, and Jericho had the Hurt Syndicate in his corner for the match, which was news to Ricochet, but the demand still won. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, move on to hold on, wait a all right, let's move on to Wednesday Dynamite. There was a note. Next Wednesday, it's going to be a double Dynamite and Collision for 3 hours on Wednesday. I don't know what's happening on the weekend. Is that Double or Nothing? What's happening next weekend?
No, that would be the WWE.
Oh, that's right. It's going to be Backlash. Okay.
Backlash, yeah.
So be prepared for a 3-hour Dynamite and Collision next Wednesday. All right. TNT title match. Kevin Knight versus MJF. Kevin Knight retained. He pulled MJF into a small package after a low blow. So then afterwards, MJF gave him a cheap shot. Darby Allin tried to hang himself, but landed behind MJF. He didn't try to. He just got lowered down on a rope, but it looked like he's just so skinny and gawky that he just looked like he was trying to hang himself.
Sorry, I just got
good. He came up. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person.
But the cartooniness of Darby Allin alone.
Yeah. He just kind of dropped down and he was like. But all right, so he came up behind him. MJF gave him a death drop. MJF wants his title back, but Darby Allin says if he survives Brody King, Kevin Knight is the next in line for a shot at the title. Brody King comes out and said the same thing, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
Brody King's a good dude. So if he won the title that night, he's going to give Kevin Knight the first shot also. So it's pretty nice. Jamie Hayter's back. The Full Brawling Birds were versus, I don't know, nobody. I don't think anybody said their names. They were talent enhancement. Yeah. It was a squash match. Nobody said their names the entire match. Men's IC title match, Okada versus Ace Austin. Don Callis came out with a pink armband in memorial of Kyle Fletcher, who was not dead, just injured. It was weird. I don't know. Okada retained. It was a hell of a match. Okada's title was actually in jeopardy a few times, but he did a tombstone to finish it off. It was actually pretty close. I was surprised. I would like it to be known that just because AEW commentary is now referring to Mark Davis of the Don Callis family as Donkzilla, that I, in fact, was the first person to recognize the almighty power of his giant ass.
Yeah. He was thick boy. Love.
He's thick boy.
We need thick boy.
Yes, that was us. Mark Doyle. Stop copying off of us, AEW commentary team.
AEW's copying a lot of places. I've heard, we've seen bits on the internet of like Mark Davis's posterior being exemplified in the form of meme culture.
Yes, but we started it.
Yes.
I like that we did. All right. So back to the Will Ospreay kidnapping. He now has Stockholm Syndrome because he seems to officially want to be a part of the Death Riders. There has to be a catch. It's a little confusing. Mox seems to think that he's on board with it because at the end of the segment, he's giving Ospreay, like, sharing his teachings with Will Ospreay and teaching me how to be part of the group. And then it cuts to the hallway where Claudio Castagnoli is waiting for them to have like a sparring session, and then they kick out the camera person.
Full contact.
So that's an interesting development. Will Ospreay's a heel? Maybe. Or maybe he's lulling them into a false sense of security, and then he's going to turn his back on them and just...
Sure.
We'll see what happens. All right. I Quit. That's not the right match. All right. FTR. No. Oh, okay. The official I Quit tag title match is set up for Double or Nothing. FTR versus Cope and Cage. The stipulation is that if Cope and Cage lose, they break up officially forever. But then on Dynamite, Cage and Cope went up against RPG Vice, which is Trent Brett and Rocky Romero, with FTR commentary. That was interesting.
I remember so far the Don Callis family.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I totally didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. All right. So FTR was a commentary, and then the conglomeration showed up at ringside to cause havoc, to keep them from interfering. Orange Cassidy had a big, 3-foot tall box of popcorn that he threw at Dax. I think it was Dax. And then they all fought. FTR got sort of drug out of the way. Cope and Cage won. And then they tried to grab the tag belts after the conglomeration drug FTR out of the ring area, and they were getting chased down by the refs fruitlessly with Adam Copeland with the big tall popcorn thing on his head. It was a great image, him running around the ring with the popcorn hat and the stolen belt, with the ref running after him like, ah! That was funny. All right. Then, women's tag titles. Statlander and Sheeta versus the Divine... I give up. I can't talk today. What he said. All right. At one point, Hikaru Yoshida grabs a Shinai, but Statlander...
A kendo stick?
Did I say a kendo stick? It's a Shinai. It's used in kendo.
It's a kendo stick.
It's a Shinai. I'm going to do this show solo from now on. All right. So she didn't want to use the Shinai. Stat grabbed it, and they accidentally, in the process, stopped a charging Megan Bayne and threw her outside the ring. But Divine Dominion retained. But, excuse me. There may be something to this thing that Mina Shirakawa was saying about Sheeta's tactics and, reputation. perhaps. All right. Okay. I got the coughs. All right. I'm feeling better. I had a bit of a cold, but after all the shit with the sinus infections, and then I got a cold, and I'm doing okay, but like the cough is still giving me a hard time. So I'm sorry about interrupting and coughing. All right. Rush is back versus Stephen Fuerte. Rush looks like a steampunk dragon. He's got new armor, and it's very cool. This is a squash match, though. And then the men's world title happened. Darby Allin versus Brody King. At one point, Darby Allin did Pop Rocks, which is Roxanne Perez's finishing move, on Brody King on top of the announce desk. It was actually pretty impressive. Things were starting to look pretty grim for Darby Allin. He, obviously, he's a skinny dude, but he lured Brody King into throwing a cannonball into the barrier, and he moved at the last moment, and King went spinning right through the barrier, and then Darby Allin stole all the floor padding. It was a tough ass. It's a Darby Allin match. It was a tough ass match. Were you awake for that? It was really a match. But at the end of the day, Darby Allin retained his title, which means that probably next week is going to be Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin.
I think they're trying to commit to Darby Allin being a good. At least if this is going to be a transitional championship reign, it's going to be a memorable transitional championship reign. And not like, I know guys like Meltzer and pretty much every other official out of Darby Allin can't be the champion. He's like, he's not somebody that like can lead an entire brand. And like, so what? Like, whether he can or not. Like,
yeah, but they like to say that about people.
These are guys who like continue to just want to see the same 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, they do. Like, give people a chance, man.
Like, aren't you saying
expand your mind?
It's the same people that will go with like, oh, I'm so bored of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and brothers. Well, why don't you put the belts on new people and have them move up and actually be the guys running the show? Oh, no. We can't do that. They're not ready. They can't be like, well, how do you know?
You can't have it both ways, guys.
How do you know until you try and actually
exactly.
Get into it? And like somebody falls flat in like the women's division, like when you put the U.S. title on Julia or put the world title on Tiffany Stratton, you don't commit to this stuff. Although, like sometimes yes, it has backfired. I would think Jade Cargill being a good example. Anyway.
Sorry, I thought somebody was trying to break into the house. It was just our cat being weird. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm done. So I guess we're getting to the end of the program.
Yeah, I guess we're at. That was the week in wrestling. So
we do have our new question.
Oh, actually, before we go there, okay. So next week we are going to be off because Dan's going to be in Richmond.
I will be as part and parcel of the Virginia Comic Con on May 9th in Virginia at the Raceway Complex at the Old Dominion building. It'll be running for VIP starting at 10:30 and the main drag running from 11 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
There are a few booths left open, and I want to say our prices are pretty low to get in.
Yep. Also, the Kickstarter was successfully funded.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. Also, this tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day. Yes. So,
I will be at the Pittsburgh. Both of us will be at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall
in Toronto.
The world's most interesting dead mall.
That looks like it is shares some sort of a reality with the back rooms.
Yeah. So if you want to go walk around and scare the crap out of yourselves after you go and check out the coolest part of the mall,
New Dimension.
New Dimension is great. It's worth the trip alone to go up to New Dimension Comics.
I mean, there's like 5 New Dimensions around the Pittsburgh area.
But
so if you see any of them, definitely stop in.
But,
they're run by very cool people. and they've got great selections at good prices, and they are nice enough to host. Dan every year, and I usually come along because I'm his booth assistant.
Do go to any of them.
Yes.
But I will only be at one of them, and that one of them will be at Pittsburgh Mills. Please go to that one if you can. Please
if you're going to be in the area,
please buy some stuff. I will have an exclusive Free Comic Book Day poster available for anybody that buys $20 of merch or more at my booth.
And I'll be dressed up as Power Girl.
Yes.
With the boob window.
Yes.
So get it out of your system.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Speaking of comic books. Oh, okay. Well, we should talk about Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is awesome. We weren't sure it was gonna happen this year because with Diamond publishing and not publishing distribution declaring bankruptcy, but it is going to happen. So stop by your neighborhood comic store, pick some stuff out, support them, buy some stuff.
We're not exactly sure how it's going to work. Yeah, but apparently it's going on.
It's happening.
So we'll be there and participating. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So
find your local comic book store. Go in, make friends, say hello, get some cool shit. Keep the tradition going. Also, speaking of comics, we are going to be bringing back our Monday podcast date. It's already on our Twitch calendar. But we're going to be devoting it specifically to comics, not Big Two comics. Nothing you're going to find at Free Comic Book Day, just indie comics.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an indie comic thing. We're going to announce our show title soon.
Yeah, we're torn between, like, what did I say? Comic Explosion and the comic indie Rascals or something?
Yeah, there was one,
I don't know.
There was one that we liked.
Texted it to myself, but I don't remember what it was. So we'll give you guys more information about that when we kind of figure out what we're doing with it. But that's going to be back on Mondays.
We want to dedicate it to independent comics because it doesn't seem to. There's so much dedicated to the Big Two or the larger companies that have some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Deal with adapting other properties into. So if they were the Predator or whether a hit movie or a hit television show adaptation, some sort of
Dark Horse.
Big deal. Yeah,
that's all they do now.
Yeah,
and Image is getting into that too.
Well, no, Dark Horse does some creative stuff now. They lost a lot of their.
Oh, do they?
They lost a lot of their licensing stuff when Marvel bought 20th Century Pictures and a couple of other guys. So they lost like the Alien and Predator deal. They lost the Star Wars thing when Disney bought Star Wars and all of Lucasfilm. So they lost Indiana Jones as well. A lot of stuff now is kind of translated. A lot more creative own stuff has come out of it.
Our cat's, I don't know. Our cat's freaking out. He's like in play mode, and I don't know if you can hear everything falling over there.
Knocking over all the things.
Anyway.
So that's a good note for us to end the program.
Yeah, do something about this.
But we do have a question.
All right, let's do trivia question before we close up shop.
Yes.
Let's see.
I'll do more like who were the only two Europeans to have held the WWE WWF European Championship.
You think you know?
Maybe. I do.
I know. I actually guessed. But I had to get the dates of the championship from him.
Yes.
In order to guess. But see if you know. If you know the answer, send us a message. Or don't send us a message. Send us a comment on YouTube or on our Facebook pages. Let us know. We'll give you a shout out next 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, yes.
If we're... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see you
2 weeks from now, we will give
the
correct answer or shout out on our program.
In theory. If we're here in 2 weeks. Anyway, all right.
Food.
Yeah, I don't know. I need a lobotomy. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Happy Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, that thing.